Hi everyone, I hope you're all well. I've been thinking a little bit, and with veganuary going on and also to make up for some lost time over Christmas and New Year's, I want to share a 3-video series with you. And the series will be about Rob's and my sort of everyday meals. And the first video will have 5 breakfasts, the second one 5 lunches, the third one 5 dinners, so you get the picture. And I'll be sharing all the recipe links in the description below. And today we start with breakfast, so let's just dive straight into it. On the Monday we had steel-cut oatmeal, and it was a beautifully snowy day. So I've made up a way to cook steel-cut oatmeal faster, and I just soak the oats overnight, and then I drain and rinse them, and I shake the rest of the water out. And then I pop them in the pot and add some water. Then I just bring it to a boil and let it simmer. I let it simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then I add some oat milk. It makes it really creamy and delicious. I just let it bubble away until it's all incorporated. And then I simply pour the porridge into bowls and add some toppings. I always add some cinnamon. And I also like to add hemp seeds for some healthy fats. And some peanut butter, which falls into the same category but is also super tasty. I added some pear. I like to add seasonal fruits when I can. Here are some lingonberries that I thawed from frozen. And I also added some pumpkin seeds. Oats are a great way to start the day. It's rich in fiber and plant protein, and it keeps you satiated for a long time. And that was all for Monday. On the Tuesday, we made smoothies and hummus toast, and here's Sune saying good morning. So I start by just adding a couple of bananas to the blender. Then I pour the oat milk in. You could use any other plant milk you like, and then I add some frozen blueberries. I also like to use frozen spinach or frozen kale. And I'll add some walnuts as well for healthy fats. Then I blend it until super smooth and pour it into glasses. For the toast, I just toasted some bread, and I'm adding some hummus. I make my own without oil, but store-bought is perfect as well. And then I add some greens, some baby leaves, and also my new favorite, pickled red onions. And I just made a video about this, so I'll link that down below with all the other recipes. The onion adds a nice tang to the otherwise quite mellow hummus, and it's yum with a smoothie. So on Wednesday, we made really fancy yogurt bowls, and I started by just pouring some oat yogurt into bowls. Then I added just plain rolled oats. On top of that, I sprinkled some raisins for sweetness and added some walnuts. Walnuts are some of my favorite nuts, and they're great for adding some omega-3 fatty acids to your diet. Then I went ahead and just chopped up an apple into small pieces. I like to add fresh fruits to my breakfasts. It's a great way of adding more vitamins and also makes it more tasty, I think. So I just placed the apples on the bowls, and then I also added some applesauce. I made my own with the skins, but you can just use store-bought. And here I'm adding some lingonberries again, but you could use any berries you like. I thawed mine from frozen. And I also added some pumpkin seeds. As you can see, it's one of my favorites. And that was it for the yogurt bowls. So simple and so tasty. And then on Thursday, we made overnight oats. And here's Sune looking out the window. We got a beautiful day that Thursday. So to make the overnight oats, I actually do it the night before I'm gonna eat them. And I start by adding oats to a little jar. And I spill a lot. And I also add some milled flaxseed. And I like to spice mine up, so I use cardamom here, but you can use cocoa powder or cinnamon or anything you like. I also add some raisins again for sweetness, and then I fill it up with oat milk and give it a good mix. Then when it's all mixed, I put the lid on and pop it in the fridge until the morning. And in the morning it comes out really creamy and yummy. And then I usually add some nut butter. Here I use crunchy peanut butter, it's one of my faves. And again, I'm adding some thawed berries. These are mixed frozen berries that I just thawed the night before. I'm also adding some pear in a nice flare. And that was it for Thursday. If you're pressed for time in the mornings, that's the one for you. And then on Friday, we made tofu scramble, which is the exact opposite. You will need more time, so it's great for the weekend. I just start by adding some water to a frying pan, and then I add in some onions, which I then saute until they're softened, and add some garlic. And then I saute that for about 1 minute before adding some mushrooms. I use chestnut mushrooms, but you can use any mushrooms you like. Then when that's sauteed, I simply add in the tofu, which I crumble with my hands. Here I'm using a marinated tofu, which I can buy in the store, but you can use plain tofu as well. Then you just spice it more the way you like. Then to get it yellow like eggs, I add some turmeric, add some salt, and some black pepper. I mix it all around, and then I add some kale. And now you might be thinking that that's a very big load of kale, and maybe it is, but it wilts away and mixes in nicely with all the rest of the ingredients. So I just put a lid on the kale and steam it until it comes out nice and cooked. I like to add greens to most of my meals. It's got great nutrients. And then I also add some nutritional yeast, which also has a great amount of minerals and vitamins. Then I just pop it into bowls. And I like to serve it with some toast, again with hummus. And if you'd like to get more protein into your diet, this meal would be perfect for you. And then I also like to use my fermented vegetables in as many meals as I can. So here I have some fermented carrots. You can make your own or buy some. And again, I'm using my pickled red onions because it's just delicious. And that was it for Friday, and that concludes the week. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope to also see you in the next one. If you want more everyday vegan food inspiration, you can join me on Instagram at Good Eatings. Now, thank you for watching, and see you soon.